Hello! Welcome back to more MSS. I'm having some technical difficulties at the moment. Me and AC and technical difficulties. Name a more iconic duo. Can't fucking avoid them, it seems. Let's see if I can fix this. I don't think it's the end of the world, but I'm having some visual errors currently. And I can't do cockpits right now, they're like really busted. I should be able to give you some audio at least and video for the time being. Go. I'll show you what I mean, and maybe you can tell me what's wrong. Now that ain't right. I'll be honest with you. Yeah, man. I think my stomach would be turning upside down if I had whatever he had whilst driving something like this. Yeah, exactly, the mushrooms. I've changed my preset so the server messages are back. Annoyingly, I can't remember how to turn them off. Maybe we'll find out. But I changed the sound. Server. Gears and telemetry app are a nice addition. Love to see Bilster. I always say Blister. Blisterberg. I love this track, man. It's so cool. I haven't driven it in a while, and I've never actually managed to race here. I'm kind of jealous. Blisterborg! Morph! Oh, I see we've got the glitched windmills in the background as well. I changed the sound for the car. I think this one's a lot nicer. Although, again, I'm having some visual errors, so... Oh, we can work with this one, I guess. No, maybe not. It is bugged too. We got the trippy shit going on, dog. Whoa! It's a hidden gem, I think you would call Berg. I wonder... And it really holds that camera for a while, doesn't it? Whoa! The angry little four pot. Much better sound for it. I love finding things that improve the quality of the experience. Like, right at the end. It's great. I need to figure out what's causing my issue, really. I have no idea what it is. I'm going to blame Drew, because he gave me his optimized settings, and after applying them, this is happening. So it's definitely his fault, right? The only problem with this is when you go on board, you get the other stats anyway. I kind of like having these here. Maybe we'll turn them off. Oh. Seems like we've got 18 people on right now, so that's a good number. Should hopefully get a few more over the course of the next half hour. Turned off the limit sounds so you can actually hear cars from across the track. It's brilliant. That and the sound, I think, just carries better, so. Bunch of angry little bees. Yeah, you need the crazy sounding hatchbacks, really. Straight pipe, individual throttle bodies, like to the point where you can hear the resonance happening, rattling through the exhaust. It's got to sound a bit shit, you know, like the good kind. How many horsepower does it make? 5. That's besides the point. Sounds cool. Whoa, getting wide out there. Having to wait for it through there, man. Polish on that windscreen. Yeah, we spit clean these before every race. It's great. Can I still lock up? Oh, where's the torque? None of it down there, brother. Whoa, off the curb. He's decided not to continue with that one. The acid trip continues from the cockpit. I'm doing that. Sorry for the flashbang! We're just trying settings to try... Well, that didn't fix it. Oh, shit. He's off wide. Yeah, still fucked. Oh, they're going at it down here. Where's this gaggle of cars? Here they are. Oh no, you fucked it, man! We had something so good. Oh no. Oh well, a gang of three turns into just a guy. Just Shrek gaming. Ba 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 ba. I'm trying to find where the... Oh. What the racing is what I was going to say. Hey Ross, welcome. Don't mind that, that's fine. That's normal. Yeah, see, no problem. No, it didn't fix it, cool. Just checking. God damn it, I've tried everything at this point, I swear. No. It must be a specific setting, Hordes. I didn't have this for the first 2 rounds. I'd remember. Yeah, I think I'm just gonna have to accept that I'm probably not gonna be able to fix it. Which bonnet cam's better though? Probably this one, and then we can use that to look behind. There you go. Well, at least it's only happening in replays. It'd be quite distracting if you had to drive with that. What, Kasperi Siren finding himself back at the front end again. It's been 2 weeks since I saw him right near the front. Although it looks like Matthias is closing in, only 2/10 out now. Let's go on board with Matthias as he starts another lap. Navigates a messy track. It's the entire cockpit, no, I think it's just like a rendering error. Like it just smears. I feel like I've seen this before in AC with certain mods. Oh, he's fired it off there. Really banging it off the limit there. But yeah, this is... Oh? Oh! What did I do? I don't even know. Don't ask. I don't know. I did change some things, but I've already forgotten what I've changed. Oh no! Maybe that's what I changed. Let me have a look. Wrong gear, buddy. Or is it? Wow. Yeah, I have 4 slow-res cockpits for other cars in first-person view as well. That's on. Oh, I don't fucking remember. It's fine. Nice belts. Remember to save. Good shout. Doing it right now. Save. Yeah. Be a lot of issue. Well, that's what I thought, but I didn't change anything to do with LODs, I don't think. Oh well. Ah, the red dual windmills. Oh, I love seeing him go through there. That bit looks savage. Risk versus reward, really. These look really fun round here, honestly. This season full stop has looked pretty damn enjoyable. Some of these corners are probably a bit miserable in this car, but I mean, front-wheel drive experience, really. Let's see what lap time that was here for Matthias. Looking for a 52. Just misses out. No, he doesn't. He misses by a long shot. Jesus, over a second off. It looked pretty good, though, to me. We didn't see his turn one, though, I suppose. I'm going to go sit over here, I think. Just going to watch them fire it over the curb, I reckon. Oh, if any of them dare. Come on, someone give us a show. A little bit. There it is, it's right there. Send her over, bud. Weak. Pathetic. Imagine trying to actually not die. Come on. Disappointed. Come on. I believe. So I find out I'm looking at the wrong corner or something. No, it's the right corner, alright. Oh. Let's get a little higher up, shall we? Come on. There you go. Woo! To be fair, some of them have probably just dialed their cars in a bit and they're not as fucked over that. Oh yeah, they heard me. They heard me. They were like, way! I hope these guys are listening and they're intentionally just firing everything. Jesus Christ, man! Oh, that guy, I don't know what he's doing. He's probably listening. Yeah. Alright, now you're overdoing it. That was pretty funny, though. Guy was not even in control, was he? Can't find the server. Messages. But I can't find them. Oh, they're in CSP somewhere, aren't they? Hide system messages. There you go. Oh, wait, what? Nah! I think it's just fucked, mate. I don't know what's going on. Improve those reflections a little bit, shall we? A little. Yeah, I have no idea what's causing that bug then. I suppose some people are trying to straddle the curve. Which I imagine means that they're cutting the corner. Matthew keeps spawning in the middle of the track. What the fuck is he doing? I mean, the only help you're going to get from me is a kick. Leave and rejoin. Or has he tried doing that? He's on the wrong version of the track, potentially. You can sometimes... Nah, we have enough pit boxes. I wouldn't have been able to assign everybody otherwise. I hope they're listening, because if they haven't tried rejoining, that's one thing. But, like, I think genuinely... unless the track has claimed it has more pit boxes than it does, without adding them. Not impossible. Typically, they just put you back in the first pit slot, though. Whoa, lost the car there.
Giant tin can full of wankers.
Sam, thank you for the raid. Cheers, buddy. Sorry, Nate, if you were if I sort of undercut you there. I just realised you were typing. I hope you had a good stream, Sam. Thanks again for the raid. Bashy Benton, what's he been bashing? Ah, I see. So is everybody looking to drive the caddy? Everything in here is going to be hell. No more hell than literally anywhere else. I would say. Mr. Shrek. They've been pretty hard to overtake in general. Just gonna have to capitalize on mistakes from others, really. Easy game, get pole, win. Yeah. Everyone's running wide onto this back straight, though. I'm seeing that much. Oh look, it's working again. I touched nothing. Love that for me. Yeah, so I was gonna say that was hot. Just gonna continue with the lap anyway. I wonder if that invalidated it. I bloody hope so. Yeah, it must have done, because it didn't update. Oh no, that was a 53 for him, so it just wasn't quicker. It won't, what, invalidate his lap? Sweet. I think from next season we're going to have to make some changes then. I have some changes I want to make it less work for me in general, but I think some more practical changes would be open qualifying so that I can actually see what people are up to. Yeah, I was just wondering if he exceeded onto the Astro there as well. I wasn't sure. I'd make the quali longer, obviously. I'd probably cut practice down at 30 minutes and extend quali out to 30 minutes as well, probably. Well, I don't know, maybe 20 minutes for quali. The whole idea of this series being short, you know, like, I don't want it to be too dragged out. Seems like he's still loading under the track. It feels like one hell of a coincidence that we've gone one car over the potential limit for what the track supports. But it's possible. It's the only reason I can think of this fella appearing in the middle of the track. Because all it takes to tell the game to have more grid slots to try and load more cars in is just to change a number in a UI file. But if you don't have those actual dummies in place, then I don't know what happens. Usually it will like load people in each other in the pit lane and that, and on the grid, but maybe in this case it doesn't. No, it wouldn't work like that, Nate, because it's pre-booked, right? So everyone's associated to their specific grid spot already. So me leaving wouldn't change anything. Yeah, when you do one of these locked servers and you assign IDs and drivers to slots, then it's static, so I'm not sure. Because I'm looking here, and this clearly looks like the back of the grid, but Matthias is not on the bottom of the list, so clearly the grid slots are different. They're not like in order. Oh. Oh. So, can you, like, not park there, please? Just go to the fucking pits, bro. Don't just sit there. I don't know why people are just parking on the track. Don't do that. If you're not driving, go to the pits. If you're driving, drive. Easy. Yeah, I'm not sure what that problem is then. Has he replied? No. Picnic. Literal fucking picnic, like. Who's bringing lunch? I'm hungry. Anyone got the tartan blanket? Got the weather for it. It's nice and toasty. Alright. Oh. Sound limit thing is not working. Cool. Wait, it was working though. I'm so confused. I mean, it's not impossible. That would be hilarious. I can go and look real quick. No, there isn't. No, I think genuinely it's what we thought it was. I think it's because there's only 32 grids assigned. Who is it? Matthew? Let me double check the config. Yeah. It's because Matthew and a reserve who isn't here are the only two people over those numbers. So why in the world they've set it to 41? Wow. Hang on. Idea. It does mean we have to restart, but... So who isn't here that I can get rid of? Need to quickly... Right. So who isn't here? Luca and Ass. We can fire them off. Because yeah, that's problematic. And I don't want to just turn around and say you can't race, because that's kind of lame. So stop. Edit. 5 minutes. Let's get rid of that and that. And 31. Perfect. Save. Start. So, I can't even fucking type. My keyboard's doing it. Oh, I see. Double inputting or whatever. Oh, my game crashed on the way out. Sweet. Hopefully 5 minutes is enough time for people to get back in. This, ladies and gentlemen, is why you don't take things at face value. Because... yeah. But if they don't join within that first 5 minutes, they're just not gonna get in, I guess, so... Hope they're looking at Discord. Can't wait to have reset this for this guy. He still doesn't get in. 3 minutes, nearly halfway through that time I gave everybody. Oh, I think I see tyres on that car, so he's loading in. Maybe. Don't worry, this is just what it looks like when nobody's on the server. I think this is 000 coordinates. Is why it's showing that. Oh look, the visuals are bugged again. Some people just not realise the server went down, maybe. That is possible. Boris is in. Easy top 5. There you go. Hey, magic. You love to see it. I can't remember how many people we had before, but it was something close to this, wasn't it? I'd need to go back in the VOD and check. Oh, cool. I don't know why it's doing that. It's just forgotten that I even wanted this app on, I guess. Well, fucking love that that audio issue is still existing, despite changing it. Oh well. It's a good camera. Oh, there we go. Why would you do that? Why would you want to race drift cars? Sounds horrible. Whoa, what are you doing, man? Hope everyone's alright. Have you tried it? Well, I've driven a drift car before, and it's fucking miserable outside of doing what it's designed to do. It just, in principle, it sounds like a terrible idea. Oh, I've got an idea for a beginner themed series. Let's give people a bunch of cars that are never in control and have them race against each other. What the fuck are you doing? Saying these cars are in control? Well, they are if you use your noggin. you understand basic physics, which is that loud pedal fixes scary moment. The thing is, what I've come to learn is that you could drive a car that you think is one of the most sensible vehicles ever if you drive it in the right way, or if you drive it sensibly. But someone will always find a way to make that car ridiculously out of control and claim it to be impossible to drive. We had those Caterhams. We had at least 1 or 2 people saying that, oh, I'm not taking part this season because the car is, like, really hard to control. And I just remember driving it and thinking, all this thing does is understeer. That'd be a season I would not sign up for. Exactly! I don't think anybody in their right mind would pick that. As a novelty idea, it sounds fun, but I think in practice you'd find it just bad. Well, that's my opinion anyway, because I think, you know, I've tried driving drift cars in the past, and they just don't. They don't drive. They oversteer everywhere. That and like 99% of drift cars in AC suck because they have a tire that has no, like, there's no difference in it between being static load or fully loaded. It's like a never-ending sidewall. I'm sure there are some nice ones out there with extended physics that are actually quite believable, but most of them are way too forgiving and like really... So, in my hands anyway, not saying that I'm good at drifting because I'm not, but I mean, if you're used to slip angle, they just feel mushy, I guess. But I haven't done drift cars in many years, so maybe the average drift mod out there is a lot better now. I don't know. Food Festival silly. I leave the organisation of that idea to you, Raven. That sounds like a not fun to get very competent at. There's a lot of mods out there that make it maybe a bit too easy. You know what I mean? Because it's very, very satisfying. Oh, wait, did the stream go down? Shit. Hi, guys, welcome back. What happened? That's weird. My game didn't do that thing, did it? Hope not. It hasn't done that thing in a while. 45 seconds? Oh, rip. How much memory is too much with the skins? Any. If you have to ask the question, the answer's pretty obvious. The idea is that there is no memory and they're meant to look like they belong on a racetrack in a series that would exist. There you go. I kind of regret letting people swap rims though for Le Mans series because it's just contributes to the this doesn't look right, in my opinion. Well, I don't think it's an opinion. I think it's a fact, isn't it? Like any of the rim swaps I've seen, I'm pretty sure you'd never see those wheels on those cars, right? But no Pepe liveries. What do you think, Jake? Don't modern race cars get anime liveries? Yeah, but they're not modern, are they? They're from the early 2000s. You go look at the liveries that appeared in ALMS throughout its early life or throughout its life in general, and you tell me how many attaches you see. But yeah, I'm just trying to advise you so you don't waste your fucking time, because there's a chance you submit something after putting a lot of effort into it, and I just turn around and say, I don't think so, and nobody wins in that scenario. One less car on the grid and you waste your time. So just keep it sensible. I like looking back at these races and enjoying them. And usually eyesore liveries take away from that. I should have the first lap times coming through any minute now, because we are nearly 4 whole minutes into the session. Firing up Photoshop now. Are you fuck? Mr. Didn't make a livery. Jake, the one guy I know, dedicated to the memes, where he wouldn't make a livery unless it was to upset me. And when it came to the wheels, I meant like literal wheels that showed up on the cars. But I'll be honest, as long as it's not turbo fans, I'm not going to be too upset. The turbo fans look creatively are a cool idea, but in realism look awful. And just a bit unnecessary, really. And I think my biggest issue with it is it just adds more heft to a download that isn't necessary. If I really wanted to, I could go through and handpick and delete out files, but that's just more time. That's just more time. Why can't I see anyone's lap times? Huh? What's going on? Oh, you know why? I disconnected, didn't I? It must have been the internet that went down. It's very kind of the game to tell me that I disconnected. Probably because I just turned some settings off. Oh, really, Carolox? I think I may have to make an executive decision and just say no wheel swaps. If you want to have them, you can do them on client side, but I'm not going to be including them in the skim pack. Yeah, there you go. I was going to say, now that I think about it, there was no cars next to me. So, Sal is provisional pole. Good going from Sal there. Didn't see him flying around in practice so much. He was sandbagging. He was salbagging. Sound bad, does it? Different tints on the headlights, really? Don't know how he did that. This is where we find out he just like skipped a corner. He's like, oh, never mind. Well, I'm gonna say congrats then, because I don't know if anyone's gonna be able to beat that. That's a 4/10 lead. That's impressive. We used to do a US slot for these events, but only 4 people were turning up by the end of last season. So after looking at the sign-ups for this season, we decided to cancel it. I would be happy to put sign-ups out there for a second time slot again for season 6. And if people are interested, then we do it again. That's fine. I know Jake here is keen to do it again. I mean, Jake and Alex and Tim were like the only 3 that were really consistently turning up by the end. So And the thing is, at the end of the day, if only 5 people sign up and turn up, and everybody involved is willing to go ahead with something like that, I'm happy to let that keep happening. Obviously, that relies on Tim being available to manage things and, you know, just be there for it, be present, collect replays and things. So it would be the same days today, same sort of, well, okay, it wouldn't be the same time frame, obviously, but we ran it typically at, it was 1 a.m. GMT, wasn't it, I think? So it would be, you think of it like 5 hours from now, basically, on these Tuesdays. This is the last race for these cars, yeah. Every month we race 3 of 4 weekends. Oh, sorry, 3 of 4 weeks, and it's a new car sort of spec series every month. The tracks change too. Actually, an SR spec series, man. That did the update isn't out public yet, is it, Hordes? But I saw that Druid shared it. I mean, shit, if it's something that would appeal to people and is right for, I mean, the main problem is we need liveries. We need sort of fictional numbered liveries so that we can identify drivers. That's the only drawback to that. It's not mandatory, but it helps a lot in the admin process. But yeah, so for context, in previous years, fucking hell, it's not been that long. Well, I mean, technically. Previous seasons, we've ran things that sort of fit the format of Cup cars. Last season was Caterham Academy cars. We ran the BARC trucks as our first season. MX-5 Cup. What else did we run? We ran Suzuki Altos for December. That was kind of funny. What else? Is that everything, or is there another one? But yeah, these Euro slots tend to fill up nicely, usually. I mean, by the end of a season, usually have some drop off, but we still got 26 people here for this one, which is nice. But yeah, the US slot. If we can get more people in, that'd be great. I think just having double digits for those races would make them wicked, because I know a lot of people are still interested. But I think the idea is it's meant to be sort of like a good way for people who are either new to the server or new to racing online to get in and get their feet wet. Or like if you're new to the community, just to get your name known and, you know, make a point of proving that you're not a menace. Because, you know, when new people join, there's always that concern, isn't there? You don't know anybody. So the cars are usually sort of aimed with beginner friendly in mind. But again, as I said earlier on, sometimes people find that they are not suited to a certain style of car. If they're not great with weight transfer, then some cars can be deadly to them that might not be to others. Jake Hewlett, one of our newest drivers, has pipped you, hasn't he, Sal? What the fuck? I missed that. 152.270. I think the MX-5s were probably the best just because inherently they are the most suitable. They're built for it. But I tell you what, these cars have been great. These have been great. All right, race 1. So if you don't know the format either, which I'm sure most of you do by now, 2 20-minute races. Race 2 is the results of race 1. For the order in which you start. And obviously you have that 10-minute private qualifying to set your grid order. Almost certain I'll be changing that to an open track qualifying for next season. Just from a admin perspective, I need to be able to see people's laps. It's kind of important. It's easy for people to sort of do whatever on these laps. Not saying that people are doing things that they shouldn't be doing, but it helps to know. Yeah, I think just front-wheel drive cars inherently can produce some great racing because the way they load up on corner exit, everyone can be quite on it equally. A lot of the challenges coming into the corner, right? It just means that you're close. I think the skill floor is pretty... What's the word I'm trying to look for here? What's the correct terminology? Point is, it's easy entry, and the gap between somebody who struggles versus somebody who is a god at it is not as big as something that requires you to manage rear traction on the way out of corners as well as the way in. That's what I'm trying to say. But it's not to say they can't be difficult, because once you start pushing it, you'll run into different issues. This car is quite nice. It's got C physics, so it's got some detailed suspension to it. I haven't really dug into it, but from my experience driving it, it feels a bit more dynamic than some of the other Civic hatches I've driven. So jump to the pits because we're not racing, obviously. But there's your grid of cars. I made the liveries for this season. I will not be doing that for future seasons. I don't have enough time. I did this because I kind of wanted to and regretted it a little while afterwards because it took too long. But if in future people want to make a palette swappable livery that has race numbers on them for a series or for a certain car, we could do that. Alright, best of luck to anybody listening who's going to be racing. Keep it clean. Keep it steady on lap one. You know how it is, orange zones and all that. Don't give me more work to do. Damn it. Yeah, it's nice to have liveries with SROL branding on them, I suppose. Just for like photo opportunities and just to look back on them. That's a nice grid of cars, isn't it? Joke's on you. There's not a gravel trap at turn. Well, there is. They'd be doing well to get out here. Holy shit. They just don't turn? Open my mouth. Alright. A minute until green. T1 flat out. I'm certain of it. They can just go through there, mate, and then, oh, look. Just wrap back around again. It's great. You know, Civics of Benetton. Nah, Jack's. Jack's Civic. Goated livery. I love this game. Group A, GATCC, Civic from the mid-90s. Sal actually looking to get a penalty just for flashing his lights. Good job. 2 license points, just like that. Easy. Well, here we go. Goes to the outside right off the start. He's there. Has to be over the space, but we're going right next into a chicane. So I don't know. Sal might have this, you know. Maybe not. Oh, he's been pinched a bit there. It's a bit rude. Oh no, we've got someone round in the background. Whoa. There's two of them. Oh, somebody... maybe they broke their suspension, I don't know. It's possible. We've seen it happen in round one. You get into a collision strong enough, you will absolutely break your suspension. Side by side. Oh! Oh, don't mind the glitches. They'll fix themselves later on, probably. I think that was NBC. Oh, no. So this is for the last points paying position. 10th place. Don't mind the tyre smoke. They do that. That's actually just oil being burnt. That's what it... Oh, it's a sketchy penultimate turn here. So easy to lock up and go straight on. Well, Jake has, I would say, take a commanding lead. Probably not commanding, but has taken a comfortable 1 second lead off the start. But Sal's still there. He can still win this. Somebody in the pits there. Not sure what happened there. Most of these people now heading into single file, which is to say, being sensible. This is just the engine from the Aston Martin F1 car this season, guys. I don't know what you're talking about. It was probably just the shadows or something. It could also be that the physics mesh and the track surface don't quite match up. Happens sometimes. Yeah, I mean, that could be its problem, Evan. Oh, really on the limit there. Big lock-up energy. So we've got somebody out. That's Gabriel Sakuro, one of the new drivers with us this season. Nathan is still going. He's gone back out, but he's running like 20, 23 seconds behind the rest of the pack, so probably won't change anything for his result, but I respect wanting to keep going. So we head further down the order to 21st place. There's a lock up into T1. Ooh. Come on, lads. A bit more awareness would go a long way. I think Dylan's got his mirrors turned off, maybe. Oh, guys, come on. One of them's driving off the track, the other one's following him. It's getting messy. Gather it up. Composure, recovery. Hold it together, man. He helped him not get unsafe. Yeah, the resafe Joinley moment, for sure. Didn't slow down for yellows, put him in the fire. Oh, look at this run. Oh. Running wide, more like, am I right? Come on, James, I believe. Multi-talented fella, this James Tracy guy. He's farming 1 minute and then he's racing the next. Oh shit! Shrek with his Wi-Fi causing issues again. It seems we're going to have to address that because that's not stable. Certified swamp internet, yeah. It's hard to race somebody when they have this extra layer of protection, which is the vehicular equivalent of like jazz hands. Use the neck. Three very different lines through the carousel here. I'm making up corner names as we go. I don't know what they're called. I've not read up on my corner names this week. It's not the cars, it's the track. Like I was saying, sometimes the physical track mesh does not match the physics, right? We can inspect. Yeah, yeah, it varies because sometimes they are, sometimes they're not. That means it's the track, not the car. Whoa. Probably needs some work, doesn't it? Big snap. Big scary. Let's check in with Tom Caulfield running P7. Oh. Yeah, it looks really goofy, doesn't it, through here? That's impressive. You extended the track so much you actually lost time. Side by side, up ahead. Round the outside, you're having a giggle, mate. Respect shown, though. Space given. You love to see it. It's going to bring them back towards Tom here. As Boris goes through. Matthias, I've just realised, running down in P6. Not where I typically expect to see him. He's had a very impressive debut in MSS. But I'll tell you who's having an even more impressive debut. It's Jake Hewlett in first place by 6 seconds. Wow. He's flying. Oh, is this a run? What are you going to do with it? Not a whole lot, really. Let's check in with the battle for P2 as we just miss a change for position. It's heating up. Still there, not being given the room. Kasperi maintains the position. You run, yeah, they're running tyre pressures so high that they're actually levitating. That's what's happening. Well, Sal may be feeling a little hard done by there, and I couldn't fault him for it. Oh, and he's getting barged as well. Is he going to give it back? He is, but he's paid the price. No, Sal. Oh, dear. There you go. That's all she wrote. I think the triple brain cells, yeah. Well, you had the initial move. He got, oh god, there goes Tom, firing it off into the runoff area, actually affording him a good exit off the corner. But yeah, I think the side-by-side moment with Kasperi, you know, he deserved the space, he was owed it, and he wasn't given it. There's an argument to be made that he was denied a position as a result of that. That's for him to decide, though. And unfortunately, that put him into a position where he was compromised, and I think it was Andrew Shaw that made a move on him then, and really lent on him. And I think Sal tried to return that favour and unfortunately paid the price. We've had somebody leave, and they've taken the lead very impressively by a whole minute. Oh, there they go. Well, Jake's continuing to take a 7-second lead, building that gap further and further. Sal may be out of the picture as we watch. I think that was Tom Caulfield going extremely wide again. Sal may be out of the picture, but Andrew Shaw may be looking to get a bit feisty with with Kasperi too. See if he can catch up to him. 7 minutes to go. I wonder. With Jadchak down in 9th. Oh, with a compromised exit now. Falling behind as a result. Head back up to the battle for P2. This is the real race for Class 2, I guess, because Jake's just so far gone. Should go back to Jadchak. I see that they're tightening up a bit. Oh, I don't know where to look. Everybody's quite close. Here comes Sal again, looking to regain some positions, make up some points. See if he can do so. Oh, getting very close there. Hey Gonzalo, what happened, man? I see you're no longer racing. I was gonna say that name should be racing. But you were the person I saw retiring. Or leaving, even. Then Clark almost caught up. That's a good shout, actually. We should check in with that. Sal up to P9. Probably got his eyes on P8 now as well. Anything Clark? I don't think he has caught up. He's all on his own still, yeah. Well, last laps were Barely a tenth and a half different in pace. Seems like Andrew has the edge through the middle. But maybe not here in Sector 1. Interesting. Yeah, it may have been that he passed the people that have retired. Or, oh no, that he is ahead of 2 people. They must have been involved in an incident or something. I'm not sure. But you are quite right. Will ring start count as cutting the track? It's a good question. I don't have the answer. Well, we thought Andrew was looking forward, but just at the drop of a hat, you can suddenly go to being on the back foot and looking backwards rather than forwards. So, I imagine Kasperi quite grateful for the arrival of Baloney Man in P4, putting the pressure on Andrew. Is he going to have a look into T1? No. Just putting the pressure on. Oh, he's out wide. No. Puts himself in a very defensive position, though. Manages to hold on to the position. He do be floating. The bologna's been put back in the fridge for now. The buttered knife has been left next to the sink because he's not sure if he wants a second sandwich or not. He'll probably come back to that later on, you know. Well, as soon as I go on board with Boris, it looks like I'm cursing him. Andrew starts going forwards. Such a sketchy couple of corners here. Really on the limit of grip. These are very entertaining to watch run around here. Good final corner from Boris, though. Seems like the cameras freak out a bit from the last corner to the start line. So wherever your last TV camera was, they kind of stay there. I'm wondering if this is just going to be one big edging session and nothing else is going to come of this battle. They keep closing up, but will anyone try anything desperate? Good run there from Andrew and Boris. Pressure's on. We were talking about this last week, but because of the tyres being the way they are, some people are driving them a bit harder than others, and you get towards the end of the race and they've got a little less performance, potentially. No, Kieran. This is a civic duty. Right, I think that's race. Jake comes through. to win a dominating race. First race with us. 11 seconds to P2. The battle for P2. It's not gone anywhere, I don't think. Everyone holds position. Very, very good stuff, though. Sal manages to make it up to P8 by the looks of it. I think the order's getting a little jumbled here. Let's have a look. Yeah, Sal gets up to P8. Nice recovery after his big off. Jake with, again, the commanding lead, 11.1 seconds. And then second through to fourth, all within a sniff of each other. Good stuff. Well, I can't speak to those that drove it, but that looked very very fun out there. Yeah, that collision between Andrew and Sal looked a little excessive. I think just the way the collisions are in this game. If the car's unloaded or loaded up in a particular way and you meet in the middle, then it doesn't take much. You just overcome the grip and then off you go. That seems to be the thing with this car in general. The tyres are good, I think, when they're within normal parameters, right? But once you start throwing kind of random scenarios at it, yeah, it starts getting interesting. Yeah, setup's open. Typically these cars, though, that we pick don't have much in the way of setup options. You've got tyre pressures, got some alignment adjustments, toe and camber, and again, because these are CSP physics cars, they've got a bit more literal setup options. But, surprisingly, a decent amount you can change on these, really. Obviously, I've not got a custom setup on, but you've got some final drive ratios you can adjust with this thing. But some other cars, maybe there's not as much to change on them. Anyway, that was race one. We've got another one before we call it a day and a season. Just another 5-minute wait until green flag. Yeah, I really enjoy that. I think, honestly, I said it last week when I was teasing the idea of this track, and I said I don't think many people at all will have ever have raced on this track. Some people might have done because it was added to race room in the last couple of years, but it's really not particularly well known. I mean, I learned about it when this mod came out came out for AC. That's a story. But anyway, back in around I want to say 2016, maybe a bit later than that. But it's so fun to drive. It's a great layout, and you wouldn't believe it, but it was designed by Tilke as well. But I suppose, you know, it's not a grade 1 autodrome, so it can actually be interesting. It's not being designed to fit a purpose other than we want a cool race circuit in this hilly region, right? I've had rear-wheel drive and front-wheel drive. Yeah, all-wheel drive when? I don't know. I haven't really thought about it. In LFM too. I'm not familiar with LFM as a platform, really. When it first started, I tried it a little bit, but maybe it wasn't even LFM, actually. It was before LFM existed. There was another platform that did the same thing LFM did, just didn't take off. LFM's gone in a bit harder with with that idea and done a lot better with it. But yeah, it's not something I'm familiar with. I'll be honest with you. This series, when I came up with the idea for it, I didn't have a name for it, and Nate Cowan was putting together the calendar to share with the community, and he goes, "So what's it called?" And I went, and I just said, "Monthly short series, I guess," and then that was that. It was, it's not a great name, but it kind of describes what it is, so it's good enough. This series, though, this idea has gone through many iterations. This is like the the second reboot of an idea I had. It used to be MSR. If I'm sure at least one of you might remember that, which was monthly spec racing, which is a different format. There's a video on my YouTube channel somewhere of one of the races that I was promoting. I went through all this effort of making a video to promote it, and I was like, that's too much effort. And things have things have changed. We've got more people now at SROL, so there's a lot more things to do when you're setting up an event. So you tend to just forego those creative ideas a bit more. But then, yeah, so there was MSR, which was actually something from my stream community, actually, rather than a SROL thing. And then I rebooted it. I can't remember what we called it, but it had a different name. It was just spec series or something. There's a closed topic on the forums for it, and then it got rebooted again into this, and it finally took, which is great. But I'm half expecting every season I go to sign up for one of these, and nobody turns up. So because of how much it's failed in the past, but. You had that Porsche 718 Cayman GT4 RS road car race at Zolder. The one I made a promotional video for was that Porsche 718 RS race at Alton Park. That was really fun. That was back when I used to race in this series as well. So, fuck, how long ago was that? No organisation monthly? I wish. Nom. Alright, here we go. Race 2. Final race of Season 5 in these wonderful little Civics. Congratulations, Jake Hewlett, on winning both of your first races with us. I hope you enjoyed yourself. I think we'll see Jake run away here, but it's the battle for P2 we want to watch. You also want to keep an eye back here on Sal, already side by side, racing for P6. He's got one fierce competitor with him though right now, Matthias, who was very competitive in round 2 and pretty damn competitive in round 1 as well. Finds him a little further down the order than I imagine he would have expected himself to be. Definitely got the pace though. I think some people are learning this track for the first time. I know Sal said that. Oh, maybe it wasn't Sal, but I imagine Sal has driven this circuit before. He's got a lot of track knowledge, I'd say. But Yami said that he had driven it once before as well. But it's going to be tough for him to get through this traffic. It's hard to pass here. It's hard to pass in these cars in general. Let's see what he can do. Right up in that sniffer. He's getting the overlap. They come together a little bit. That's the pass done from Sal. Kind of hard to tell from that angle if Sal ran wide into him or if they just sort of met in the middle or what. Either way, I don't think it was anything egregious. 1 second gap forming between everyone towards the front right now. You can see fourth and third quite close together. Yet again, Boris and Andrew having a battle. Sal hasn't gotten away yet, though. Maybe this is one we need to come back to, check in on a bit later on. Here's somebody else you want to watch out for, working their way up through the field. Nathan Clark had one hell of an incident right at the start of the last race. I didn't see it, but... I didn't see the instigating moment of it, that was it. But he was parked off the track here on lap 1. I think he actually had to return to the pits and get another car, because I think the suspension broke. Recovered his way up a couple of positions. Doing well now, already up to P15, I think that is now, yeah. Looking to score at least a point, I imagine. Going out wide there. Don't know if he was defending or if he just found himself there. He's got a bit of a run to the next car though, so let's move on. There's a battle for last points paying position right now, which, although Nathan probably doesn't know about it, he'll be grateful for. Anything that slows the pack down in front. Tobias getting a bit wide there. Find himself losing a bit of speed off the grass there. I think it's got this little glue effect to it, it seems. Well, I doubt he damage repaired. I think he went back to the pits, as in a walk to the pits, and got a fresh car and just immediately went. Because I don't think it was damage that you could even repair. I think it was the suspension disconnect that he had. So I think he just walked to the pits, got a fresh car, and off he went. That's my only thought about it. It must have been, because I don't know why else you would have even jumped to the pits. Whatever damage you would have had, I think you would have just kept on with. But it didn't look that big of an impact, but we saw it happen at round 1 at Oschersleben. It was one of the Baltic boys, that was it. Guide. Got absolutely T-boned by Ben Ashmore and ripped the front end of the suspension off, and yeah, he was out. Let's check in with this pair, continuing their battle on from race 1. It's a bit of a run here for Andrew. Maybe not. I thought he did, but bit of warping maybe. Showing a nose, making his presence known. I'm sure he's very well aware of that already. But he's not alone. He's brought a friend. It's a 3-way for P2. I think this is going to be one that hopefully continues until the checkout. So we'll check in with them over time. But there's other races going on, like a race for P20 or P19 even. Oh, Dylan's off. Speaking of greed, there he is. Inside. Parked on the apex. Not much you can do about that fella. He's taking a look up the inside. Scary. Well, where's Nathan Clark? He's working his way up to P14 now. P13, sorry. He's going to have to navigate the swampy internet, though. I realise Shrek is just out of the points. Yeah, I think I saw them fall off the tower. Oh, people running wide, following each other as well. Gabriel, someone that DNF'd from the first race. Nathan got a bit of a run to the next car again, but making his way up to P14, apparently. If that can be believed, I don't know. No change in position up in the top 4. But Sal's on the hunt. He's only 1.8 seconds back from that gaggle for P2. Give him a bit of time, he'll be there with them because they're slowing each other down, I think. It's going to make it very entertaining once he gets there. Jake Hewlett setting a 151.7. Let's go on board with him for a lap. Can we watch from the cockpit now? We can! Visuals aren't both. You love to see it. He's missed the apex a little bit there. He's carrying good corner speed. Tiny. You can see why he's got such a big lead. Really got this thing hooked up. Very quick change of direction, good exit as well. Can see them back there. Cheeky skirt of the tyre there. And all the way up into the limmer in 5th. Really banging it down the gears there. This engine doesn't have to do another race, so no sweat. There you go, there's a lap with our dominant leader. Let's go check in with the gaggle, shall we? Sal on his way, still not quite there, but 4/10 closer than we last looked. Looks like there's a bit of a battle going on for P10 still as well. Have to see how Nathan Clark is doing as well. See if he's made up any more positions. He's up to P13 and close, but he's got oh my god, he's got a duo. Just snapped his wrist. Is he okay? He's got a duo to chase now, so they were side by side. Fortunately, not anymore. But where do you pass? Well, people are making mistakes left, right and centre, so really you're capitalising on those, I think. Just over halfway now as well. The question is, can Nathan get a point? Oh, he's lining himself up, but he can't really make a move from there, can he? My god, I think the hand animations are having a time. Oh, he got into the grass, no! The goopy glue! Boris has made a pass for P3, we missed it! I'm sorry. We were looking away. Jake is very fast, he's just gone. I want to see Yami and Jake race now. Yami, Mr. McGill, are multiple season champion, I suppose, at this point in MSS, so looks like Boris has put a car between him and Sal. No hard feelings between those two, Andrew and Sal, I'm sure, but we saw how it ended last time. Hopefully really nothing bad happens. He's right there with us now, isn't he? Gap's come all the way down. He's within a second. Sperry's still commanding this train. It could go any way though. I guarantee I'll look away and they'll all be in different positions than they were when we last looked, won't they? Let's check in with Nathan Clark. He just jumped up to 12th, got past one of those two cars we saw him following earlier. One down, another to go. You want to make quick work of... Oh, you want to make quick work of the car in front, but... Question is, can he? Wants to size him up for the exit here, I think. But it's hard to nail it. Oh, never mind. Work on the exit, work on the exit. As we drive up to him, where are you going to go? Here you go. Oh, he's not really got the run. He wants to put a nose in down here, but he can't. Not close enough. They run into the limiter there. Again, trying to focus on the exit. Just not enough time to really get a run. Changing up the line, sizing him up. No run off the last corner either, unfortunately for Nathan. We'll check back in with him in a minute. Boris is putting a move on Kasperi any moment now, potentially. Sniffing, look at this. Ass to mouth from second to fourth. Looks like they're about to get a fourth join them as well. Cars aren't on slicks, no, they're on like a semi-slick. So they're not the best. But they're only rocking about 200 horsepower, so... we've got the bug again. I see, let's go back to the bonnet cam, shall we? They're side by side behind, we're missing it. Oh, not again! Guys, come on, it's reverso this time. I think we've got to go back for a replay on that one, haven't we? Come on, where are you? Sort yourself out. I wanna watch that back, guys. Come on. I've got to watch it back. Sal, here we go. Let's watch it back, shall we? Yeah, it's just... They've come together again. Oh, I can't watch from that angle, can I? Andrew went wide. Yeah, he's just carried the speed in as if he's not there, hasn't he? I can't believe it happened on the same fucking corner. Well, I'd hope they can walk away from that one and say they're even now. Wow. That one was a little more silly, I'd say. Andrew just fired his car in there like there was no other car contesting position. Like he approached the apex at the same speed as he would as if he had his optimal line, but he was coming at this really shallow angle. It's just as well he was the one that came off worse, I'd say, because if not, then that would more than definitely be a report, I think. You think the curb bounced him? I don't think so, because he was basically going straight. Like, sure, he hit the curb, but he put himself on that curb without compensating for the fact that he was at this really shallow angle, really. I'd have to watch it back again, but that would be my assessment of it from the quick look we had at it. Regardless of whether the curb, the sausage curb was there or not, I think he was always going to run wide into him. Yeah, Carolocks. Because, like, I can't know they exist in the first place, necessarily. You know, I know I'm spectating this, but I'm not tracking laps of when this is happening. This is also a beginner series. If I punished everything I saw and make a note of everything, everybody would be on a suspension straight away, so... I suppose you're less likely to see reports for some things here. Because I think people usually take it in their stride, but I still encourage people to make reports because, yeah, the only way you improve on the racing is by pointing out what's wrong, right? Anyway, these three going at it, side by side, minimal overlap, space afforded, anode. There goes. Look at this alternate line, trying to cut under, but Boris parked it very well. Sal probably wishing they'd get on with it so he could slip on through. This is the battle to watch right now, isn't it? Oh, hooked it on the curb there. Bit of lag there, not really showing us what the cars are actually doing. Oh, a gap forming on the inside there. Not enough space to slip on through. Whoa, in goes Boris really hard. Manages to get it slowed down. I thought he was going to go straight up there. The tyre smoke's misleading. I think because we're watching people online, that smoke FX is just way too sensitive. Especially with these front-wheel drive cars with CSP physics. Wow, very well hauled there from Sal. He fired it in. I thought he was losing it. Must have locked the rear up somewhat because the rear stepped out. Well, this will be the final lap. Jake, well and truly off in the lead yet again. Another 10-11 second lead. Is it going to be the same as last race? Is it going to be exactly the same order we're looking at right now? Or is there going to be a change of position? Let's see. They all exit the chicane, probably gapped about the same, but has anyone got a run? It's hard to have a run by the end of the straight because everybody's in the limiter. You know, any advantage anybody has plateaus very quickly. Let's see, final complex. Oh, bit of a wiggle there from Kasperi trying to put him off. Is anybody going to make a mistake? It doesn't look like it. Oh! He snuck up the inside! Oh, that was close. That was a very, very good attempt at slipping up the inside there from Sal. Respectful stuff as well. Space was given. There's a little bump, but nothing particularly abnormal. As we come and watch the final points paying positions there. That's P10. And we watch the rest of them come across the line. If it was the... it was probably the cockpit flashing, which is a connection thing. It usually happens when you switch between cars sometimes in the replays. What the fuck was that? Some close battles there to the finish, it seems. Nice stuff. Well, that was very entertaining. Almost. It was a good attempt. It was a good look. It was worth a shot, I'd say. Nah, honestly, the worst thing that can happen in that scenario is they give you the room, because if they give you the room and you give them the room, then yeah, you've had to cut so much speed off just to be there. So, but you have a look, you give it a go. Yeah, everyone's having dinner now. Race over. That was fun. I really enjoyed that. I've enjoyed this season a whole lot. Honestly, might even be my favourite. I think. Bit of a smoke show every corner because of the tyre heating thing. I should have fixed that on my end before we started watching today, but I should have fixed a lot of things that I don't know the solutions to either, so bit preoccupied with the smearing in the cockpit, but I had a lot of fun. I hope you did too. If you're watching for the first time, I hope it's a motivator to maybe sign up for next season. And if you took part, thanks for taking part. I'm glad people seem to enjoy them. It's an idea I've always wanted to make work. I'm starting to realise I have to compromise on my ideas a bit though, because maybe some of the car track combos I have in my mind aren't particularly interesting to some other people. Those are usually the seasons that aren't as populated, but we'll continue doing cool combos, I think. More than likely we'll be going back to rear-wheel drive next season. But I haven't announced what we'll be driving just yet, or where we'll be going. But keep an eye out. We're going to take a week off, as always with these things. So give me some time. And this time next week I'll announce what we'll be driving, where we'll be driving it for round one, and the sign-up will open up. So it'll be drift cars. Yes, drift cars. It would just be you on your own, I'm afraid. Right, I'm going to go and grab these replays and call it a stream there, I think. Appreciate you watching. If you were racing, I hope you enjoyed watching the VOD back. There was some good racing in there. Some good recovery driving as well. Some elbows out stuff, but proper touring car-like experience, I think. Very entertaining to watch, and hopefully, let's say, very entertaining to drive. Next stream, let me think. Tomorrow is Wednesday. Yeah, I think I'll stream tomorrow. Might be more Stardew. I don't know. I'm enjoying the chill vibes of Stardew right now. But I need to get my next main game on the go. Been so swamped with all the event organisation, I haven't really had a chance to think about what would be next. But yeah, I'll catch you tomorrow if you want to watch something other than racing. But if not, I will see you on Saturday for more racing. I'm looking to do the 12-hour of Le Mans in LMU with DHR. I'm not sure who my teammates will be just yet. I need to do some testing tomorrow and see how I get on with the Cadillac. But yeah, I'll probably stream my perspective of that 12-hour. So if you want to watch more racing, look out for that. Anyway, I'm rambling. Thanks again. I'll see you next time. Take it easy.